Alright everyone, so this week's Tech Tuesday video is going to show you how to install your upgraded shocker amp trigger, specifically the shocker amp trigger from Infamous, into your electronic shocker amp. So first step, and what you're going to need is you need your Allen set. Today we're going to use the 1/16 Allen key out of this set here. Go ahead and pull that off to the side. I believe that's going to be the only Allen key I need today. So go ahead and take off your barrel, lay it off to the side, and then you want to make sure there's no air inside of your gun. So the best way to do that is go ahead and take the back cap here in your hand, point it to the ground, and you're going to go ahead and turn it counterclockwise. If there was any air, it would start venting out as you pull it out. So what I did was turn it counterclockwise, pull it out the back, and put it back in, make sure no air. Good to go. All right. So the Infamous trigger is available in 4 colors currently. Red, this is the red one here, gold, gray, and black. So these are available on our website, prohpb.com. Pretty nice trigger, and I'll show you a comparison between the two once I get this other one out of there. We can check that out. Okay. So once we get make sure there's no air, barrel off. On the left side of the gun, so on the left side of the gun here, there's a small set screw here, and you're going to take your 1/16 Allen key and go ahead and put it in there and turn it counterclockwise. Be careful not to scratch your gun as you go around. Once I loosen it up a little bit, I'm going to use the other side. There are 2 O-rings on the screw here that hold it into place. That is so that way it helps prevent the trigger or screw from loosening up while you're playing and shooting and falling out, of course, if it does loosen up. So I'm just going to take my fingernails here and pinch it and go ahead and pull it out the side, just like that. And the trigger will actually just slide right out the bottom now, and you're good to go. So this goes right through here, locks into place, screws into your gun, and that way the bearings on the trigger swivel straight on the metal, on the metal pin. Okay, so hopefully you can see this. This is your normal, like your flat trigger, and this is what they call a deuce style trigger. If you notice, if you ever hold your fingers like this, you can go ahead and grab them right now, you notice how your first finger is typically shorter than your middle finger. This is for most people, I believe. And what's nice about it is the deuce trigger has the first finger more, I guess, closer to the frame of the gun, and the second one stick out. So it's going to be naturally more designed to fit perfectly inside the grip of your fingers. So pretty good design there. That's probably my favorite design on most guns, is that deuce style trigger. All right, just to explain real quick. So on the trigger adjustments, so there are 3 different adjustments on the trigger. That also goes for the stock trigger. This bottom screw here is going to be for your micro switch. So inside the gun here, there's the electronic micro switch, and as you pull the trigger, here, it's going to swivel. The back here is going to hit the micro switch. So the more you screw that in, the closer your trigger pull or the shorter your trigger pull as far as firing. The front screw here in the very front is actually, I believe, a steel set screw, and the purpose of this is you have a magnet inside your gun, and so it uses like basically resistance. Instead of a spring, it uses a magnet pulling against metal to help with the return of the trigger pull. And sorry, I lied to you, there are 4 screws. I forgot about the back stop. So you have a front stop, which prevents this trigger from going forward too much, and you have a back stop that prevents the trigger from going back too much. So you got them right there. So front one, typically, here we give you a little, I guess, recommended setting. I like to unscrew the front trigger, or the front trigger set screw quite a bit, or just take it completely out and use the micro switch as my resistance. The reason for this is I like it very light trigger pull, very snappy. And if you put the magnet one in there, it kind of goes from in there and then it releases. So it's not very smooth in my opinion. But okay, let's go ahead and put this in here now. So go ahead, it just slides. There's a small gap here, and you can hopefully see that there is a magnet right there. Allen key sticks to it, and then the micro switch is right here. So you can see that if you've got your frame apart right now or the trigger out of there, you can actually see inside of the gun, magnet, and the micro switch. So you can take your trigger and you're going to just slide it in here. You'll kind of feel the magnet grab that front screw, kind of helps you line it up. And then you want to look inside this hole right here and make sure you have everything lined up correctly. Kind of hold it in place with your left hand and drop the screw in here with your right. And I'm just going to press down on that screw at the same time while wiggling the trigger back and forth. And once it goes almost all the way flush, you know you've got it in the right spot. Then I'm going to take the Allen key and just tighten this up. Pretty straightforward. And again, you don't want to over tighten this too much, and you want to be careful not to scratch your gun as you're doing this. But you want to, once it kind of stops, you want to give it a little more twist, just to snug it up, and you're good to go. I already adjusted this trigger, so I have the trigger pull pretty close to the front. The trigger activation pretty close to the front. It could definitely be a little closer on here, but this is our demo gun for the wall at the store. So it's pretty nice. You can walk the trigger just by putting your fingertips here or fingers all the way through the gun. You can kind of see what I was talking about earlier, how it naturally sits there. The infamous trigger also has a little skull in the back, so it's a nice little touch. Cool little design too. So pretty easy, pretty straightforward. If you guys have any questions about installing your trigger or if it's sticking, this is what I would recommend. Go ahead and pull this set screw out here, and pull the trigger out. And if you're at the paintball field and your trigger is sticking, one thing I do is grab the hose from the fill station. They might get mad at you, but at an event, what I'll do is I'll grab the hose from the fill station, lay my gun down, and I hold the hose right here and hit the fill valve. And that way all the air blows inside here and it gets any of the paint away from the micro switch and everything. It kind of does blow it inside the gun, like inside the rest of the gun, but if you're in a hurry between points or something like that and you need to clean it out quickly, you know, that's a pretty quick fix. So I like it quite a bit. So cool, that is our video for today. If you guys have any questions or if you like the video, please go ahead and like the video on YouTube and go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We do release at least 2 videos every week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel. If you guys have any feedback or any questions or any other videos you'd like to see, go ahead and comment below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.